and you have to invest in yourself. That's a lot of things. A lot of times people don't understand. Hey, if you want somebody to take a chance on you, you have to invest. The business is named after my 4-year-old daughter, Leslie. So originally, my mom's wash machine stopped working. And at the time, she was keeping my 4-year-old daughter while I was working for the hospital, newborn baby. And my mom asked me, hey, can you pick up these towels and wash them for me and bring them back? And so as I was washing and folding the towels, it just came to me, this is a need for the community. At the time, I was really searching my purpose and passion, so everything just fell in that moment. And as soon as I dropped off her laundry, I just started doing research to see if I wasn't here, would it be any service that would be able to come to her home to pick up her laundry? And there was no service at all. She lives in North Charlotte in the Dorada community, and nobody would come, or they would only come like certain days out the week, like Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so that's when I knew, hey, who's getting the extra customers that are not being able to be serviced. So from there, the business actually took off. We were on Charlotte Today, and restaurants and customers just started calling. So I knew this was my calling from the beginning, because everything just really happened so fast.
Awesome, man. I think that's a really good thing that you mentioned about like how it started off as, hey, a problem happened and you just figured out a solution to an everyday problem, which turned into a business. I mean, I think that's a really good thing.
Hmm.
Now, I'm
Yeah,
sure your mother is very happy about that.
yeah, she's happy to be a part of my story, of course. Yes. And so and also when I picked up her towels, she had preferences like, hey, put 10 dryer sheets in there to make my to make my laundry smell good and make it fluffy. And I'm like, okay, but with her being my first customer, basically, I was able to say, hey, people are gonna need preferences. I can't handle everybody laundry the same way. So it had me to thinking like, hey, let me have a preference sheet. Some people may have maybe allergic to some things, or can only use certain laundry detergents or things like that. So yeah, definitely, she's a jewel.
Awesome. So that was going to be one of my next questions is when starting a business like that, when it comes down to, business like laundry, where you're dealing with people, in many cases, people's personal items and stuff, they have different preferences. When you thought about your business and kind of setting up that process, like what were some of the early stage ways and what are some of the things you do now to really be able to address people's preferences and still make it feasible for you to continue your business?
Sure. So once a customer so we service residential and also commercial. So if somebody, my neighbor called and said, hey, I want my laundry done, then I would just ask a few questions like, are you allergic to bleach? If you have whites, we use free all and clear. If there's a laundry detergent that you may prefer, please provide that, such as Gain or Tide. Um, and do you want your laundry washed twice? Because some people say, hey, I want you to run it through twice. Well, that's gonna cost you more because I'm using more laundry detergent. So I mean, I just try to learn my customer. That's number one. um those are some basic questions that I would ask. But if there's kids in the house, I have to use Dreft, which is good for children's their skin and their clothes and things like that. So if I ask those direct questions to the customer and learn the customer, then I'm able to provide awesome service where they would come back.
Okay. So how was it going from this idea that you had, with the experience with your mom to actually formulating it into like a full business? What was that journey like?
um we're still going. It's been a journey. I initially, when I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make this a business. I'm gonna be serious about it," I wrote down a list. And for me, lists works because you could just check it off once you have completed the items needed. So I just looked online and I reached out to a few people, and really, to be honest, nobody would help me. It was one person. Her name was Jael. Her name is Jael Mosley. At the time, she owned the Fresh Shop, but now she has her own consulting company. But she was the only one that actually um, took me in, and just we spent maybe an hour or two talking, and she just dropped so many jewels and was able to just help me find the free resources that's offered in Charlotte, such as CPCC have their own small business center where you're able to take a class, listen to it virtually, or go inside the classroom for about 2 hours a day. And she just gave me so many resources that I can use on my own. And she took me really from 0 customers to 10 residual customers. So I always like to really just give her a shout out, because that first 6 months just trying to figure stuff out, a lot of people, I mean, everybody have their own busy life. I do understand that. But she really took the time to sit down and just go through from step 8, number 1, because you can tell people, hey, you start a business, you just go downtown and, fill out this paperwork, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know what's step 1. Like, so yeah, I definitely, Jael is definitely a jewel. And when you have customers, you have a business, but you just still have to go about it doing it the right way, such as, getting your LLC. Make sure if it's an at-home business, make sure you're in the zone where you can operate this business, you know, and you have to invest in yourself. That's a lot of things. A lot of times people don't understand, hey, if you want somebody to take a chance on you, you have to invest in. I have custom laundry bags, that I give to each customer. So I had to invest in, hey, I'm giving it free to every customer, but in return, if you're at someone's house and see my Leslie's laundry bag, you're gonna say, "Oh, you have a mobile laundry," and that's when people start questioning, like, "Hey, I never heard of that." And then it's just word of mouth and just getting yourself out there. So the investment in myself took me to the next level, having those tangible things to give to your customer, because you can use the service and 6 months later you may need it again, but you ain't got no way to get in contact with that business. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that I say, every customer that I touch will have a Leslie's Laundry paraphernalia or a bag or something that will have my information on it. And that has helped me a whole lot, because people, they're like, oh, well, I seen, like, I had a customer say, hey, I was in the getting my hair done, and I seen your Leslie's Laundry bag at one of the salons, and it made me call you to get my laundry done. So that's just one thing. And to be honest, I haven't done that salon, haven't done business with them in about a year. So it just shows you how things can pay off, paying it forward.
And how was it finding a vendor that could provide that many bags for you?
Well, currently I use Cleaners Supply, which is a national business, but I am looking forward to doing business with a Black business owner that's able to print the bags. I just haven't found one yet. So if anybody's listening, I need some bags done.
Awesome. So now you've mentioned laundry, and I think, just to clarify for people, what are all the services that you provide for your customers?
Sure. We are a mobile laundry and dry cleaning service, and we also provide alterations. So if you have a shirt that your button is missing, you can contact us. We'll replace your button and also dry clean your clothes. We offer dry cleaning for places like Extravaganza in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is a big event place, tablecloths and chair covers. So laundry for restaurants, towels, aprons, napkins. We have whatever you need.
Okay. Awesome. So how do people get in touch with you, or how can they find you?
Sure. So you can find me on all social media platforms at leslieslaundrycare.com, and that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google, and we also have a website, leslieslaundrycare.com.
So what are some of the other things that you kind of learned as you've been, putting a business around this great idea that you had?
Sure. I've used CPCC, also SCORE Mentors. They provide you with mentors in the community that have volunteered their time to get you to the next level. I used them initially when I first started off, and they're a big help. Also, I've used Leverage networking events. I've taken free classes that was offered through Johnson C. Smith, and also partnered with the city of Charlotte. And that was the innovative journey, and a few other classes that I took. And those were free. You just have to put in the time, which was probably 6 to 8 weeks on a Tuesday for 2 hours. But in the long run, you have those ways to actually have a successful business, whereas they provide you with knowledge on how your operations are supposed to work, or finance, or all those things to create a team to have a successful business. Then I recently have got on with Innovative Charlotte, and that just basically provided me with 4 mentors that's going to take me to the next level for the next 3 to 6 months, and actually helped me create a team and also to scale.
Awesome. So what are some of the things that you've kind of had to change or pivot with the COVID-19 and the shelter in place measures?
Sure. With the COVID-19, I actually had to go back to the drawing board, just see, hey, my message is going to change now. Now I am focusing on providing services for business owners, your local restaurants, gyms. And of course, so with that being said, my prices are going to change because you have to handle laundry special now. It's a special handling fee because we don't want the virus to spread. You have to kill it with a certain amount of um, pressure, and it's just a whole different ball game now. And so, changed my message. I had to change my pricing, and just change the way that I network. Because normally I'll go to maybe like one networking event a week, but now we're on Zoom, so I got to find those those actual networking events where you can get your name out there and actually meet people via Skype or Zoom or whatever the platforms that they have. So it's a great way to reevaluate your business. And now also added laundry hacks to my business. So I'm creating videos and contents to say, hey, you can use your household items in order to do a laundry hack. So I've just been trying to find innovative ways in order to move to that next level, because people still need their laundry done.
Hmm.
So it's just one of those things, that I think we're all going to get through. You just have to take your time and figure out what you want to do for those next steps, because it's not going to go back to normal. We're just going to have to create something new.
Awesome, awesome. Well, definitely thank you for being on the show. And as I suspected, I'm very, very glad to have you on the show because I think the attitude that you have about just investing in yourself and really being innovative and just open to what I think, that's the attitude you see from entrepreneurs that win in their businesses. So definitely thank you for taking the time to be on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.